However, the studio never requested that Blake contribute to the film in any more capacity than to play the lead role of Lily Bloom and to get the...
Jennifer Abel was asked to hand over her phone just to transfer her number safely. They assured her it would take a minute before Harris said Lottie even turned warm. That was August 21st. 2024, she's still waiting. During that wait, someone was reading absolutely everything. Her texts with her fiancé, emails with her lawyer, private messages with clients, and if she's telling the truth. All that confidential information found its way into Blake Lively's designer handbag. Dressed up as a legal document with an elusi on a legitimacia bodas realis Blake's, I woke up like this image. Welcome to Hollywood, where even your work phone isn't truly yours and powerful people can turn of items into their desired version of truth. Jennifer Abel recently survived the first round in her legal battle against Stephanie J. Ones. Theon's celebrated publicist, who presented Dwayne Nee Johnson and Jeff Bezos before her firm are Ted Losing clients faster than a reality TV franchise Losis stars. When Abel declared she was leaving to start a round company, Jones reacted like a woman betrayed. 2 days before Abel's final day, she was called into conference room with a security guard at each corner, a tech forensics guy carrying intimidating equipment, and a lawyer from a big name firm with a title to long-term member. They asked for her laptop, fine. She handed it over. They found nothing, but it didn't stop there. We need your phone and passcode. They said, just to port your number, you want to keep the 20-year number, right? Trusting them, Abel agreed. She decided Verizon believing in professionalner. But 4 hours later, she left without their number and with a cold realization that she'd been played. Never heard from them again. According to her lawsuit, Stephanie Jones never intended to transfer anything. She was after digital gold using Abel's passcode to dive into Harry Cloud, email accounts, and entire online life. Like a hacker in a Hollywood movie, Jones allegedly read personal texts, emails with clients, family messages, medical notes, everything, and then packaged that information, not directly, but through a shell company on the fakelaw sui Tito delivered to Blake Lively, making stolen data appear like legal evidence Jones deniesital, saying the phone was company property, and Ab Ellis just a disgruntled employee. Yet Judge Lewis Lyman found Abel as story plausible and now to keep moving for air deed. Out of her 10 claims, 7 were dismissed, but 3 key ones remain, including California Penal Code 502, which carries criminal penalties if the unauthorized access is proven. The judges said it's credible that Abel gave her passcode only for the port process, not for complete access. Her number was personal, she used her Apple ID and email for work, and expecting privacy was reasonable. The judge said that the company had no written policy allowing them to access personal data. The court also noted Jones keeping Abel as 20-year-old number amounted to theft, since it locked her out of Fevery account link, ed two-factor authentication, leaving her fighting to piece back her to get all life. Jones may call it fiction, but the court says it's possible. And that possibility may be the worst news, as Stephanie Jones and Blake Lively have heard a liar. She didn't. Those 2 federal claims are dead unless she amends by October 31st with evidence. She'll solo stone invasion of privacy on Diamond. Ional distress because California law rake iris proof that damage was severe and the outrag EOUs. Abel's claims were too light on those details, but the judge left the door open if she can breathe nang their seeps. Now comes discovery, the most dangerous and entertaining phasio Fanny lawsuit. Abel just earned the right to become the most annoying person in Stephanie Jones's life. She can sub-pun emails between Jones and BL Ake Lively's team. She can demand every document showing communications between Jones and Benson Inc., that mystery shell company that appeared from nowhere. She can depone staff and make people answer uncomfortable questions under penalty of perjury. Because Abel isn't just claiming Jones read her texts. She's claiming Jones became a data delivery service on August 21st. The same day her phone was confiscated. Someone allegedly called crisis PR consult Aunt Melissa Nathan with every specific message. I saw the text messages. You're going to get sued. Abel says that's because Jonas had already cracked open her phone and found messages between Abel and Justine Baldoni circle chatting about Blake Lively. And those messages weren't flattering. Abel alleges Jones then turned it into some kind of malicious Santa Claus, delivering those communications straight to Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and their PR advisor Leslie Sloan. Yes, the Leslie Sloan who worked with Harvey Weinstein before that became an instant career ender then, September 2022. Enter Vanson Inc., a pop-up company that filed a shadow lawsuit in New York against John Doe and Friends. It was an obvious placeholder case, but it did just an auto-issue legal subpoena as demanding Gala Fable's phone data from Jones' works. Then they handed it over all nice and neat, like passing breadsticks at Olive Garden. In December, one day before Blake filed her massive lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, Vanzin quietly dismissed the case. No real defendants. No service. Nothing but the data Abel calls that movea, legal car wash. Taking dirty data and spitting it back out kill Ian for court. The judge said, provate. And if Abel can, Blake Lively's name won't just be in the background, it'll be on the liability list. California Penal Code Section 502 has a long reach. It punishes anyone who benefits from, assists in, or assists data obtained illegally. If Blake knowingly used information Jonas is tolle, she's legally exposed. If her lawyers is a data from an authorized to CSS, that evidence is contaminated and could be tossed out along with sanctions and punitive fines. The kind of thing that makes publicists start drafting due to recent events. Emails Abel's case is still alive, barely, but that matters. Most people who clash with Stephanie Jones don't make it past the first motion. Abel just did. With 2 claims intact and 4 weeks to a DP roof, she's on the edge of turning rumor into a map of who, when, and how if she's got documentation. This stops being a sideshow and becomes an industry firestorm. If not, she'll fade out by Christmas like an unwatchedly might ed series, but there's son of truth hanging in this mog. Blake Lively's name is all over this. Notice a defendant yet, but as the alleged recipient of stolen data. If discovery confirms those connections, we're not into Bloyd territory anymore. We're in criminal implication territory. Hollywood forgives a lot. Bad sets, egos, even publicists who play dirty politics. But stealing private data to Sincarival's career? That's an entirely different temperature. That's when people pouse to take your call star to claiming they row out of town indefinitely. Blake Lively hasn't lost anything yet, but Jennifer Abel is now the one holding the flashlight in Avery darkroom. And in 4 weeks, we'll find out whether the light shows things were worth seeing or just the choof another Hollywood marriage. The freeze isn't over. It's just getting started.